And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lunar, the Silver Star Story Complete. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and let's go see us a blue dragon! And let the corn balls fly. Well, you're gonna find out why. Can I pee in it? The answer every guy has when they go to a new place. Can I pee in it? Can I pee on it? Can I pee at it? Come on, I pee on everything, it's great. This looks like a fine place to croon. Remember that the two lovers have to think of each other as they're singing. Alright, so... Well, Jess, are we gonna sing together or what? What do you mean, we, Kyle? You really want to try this? Jess, are you stalling? Are you too embarrassed to sing in front of everyone? I love Kyle. We need... Love that last note there, Kyle. That's just wonderful. That's the stuff of nightmares. What was that, Kyle? Did you suddenly forget you're supposed to be singing, not gargling? That was not your best effort. Hey, what do you mean? You're the one who couldn't harmonize if your life depended on it. Harmony? You call your grunts and moans harmony? More like excruciating pain.
I don't think this is working, Alex. Not at all.
Kyle's the greatest character in all of gaming. How does he get overlooked? It's just, it's beautiful. Maybe it's because I relate to him the most. I don't know. Except I'm not buff and macho and nicely well tanned. If Jessica and Kyle can't raise the shrine, what do we do next? So, Mia, why don't we, try singing together? Really, Nash? Well, alright. But my singing voice is really not very good. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah, 2 was the stuff of nightmares, but at least it tried to cover itself up a little better. But some of that was, whew.
Nash, why are you so nervous? I thought your feelings for Mia were pretty obvious.
I'm so sorry, Nash. I told you my voice was horrible. Oh no, Mia. It's all my fault. I'm just nervous to sing.
What do we do now, Alex? We're never going to see the shrine with singing like this.
If Luna were here to sing with you, Alex, the shrine would surely appear. But...
I have an idea, Alex. Why don't you play your ocarina? I know Luna will hear it and feel it.
I'll play her song. We'll jazz it up a bit. Let's do it. Do it indeed, Dorian. We got this. I'm just kidding. I know my voice isn't perfectly synced up, so I'll just let it go. I learned that from the boat song.
Luna. I know, let's all sing with Luna. If we sing, we won't be afraid and we won't cry.
What a beautiful... I'm not reading it, I'm sorry. What a beautiful song, but such a pathetic attempt at... I almost pity them, sisters. Pity them, Royce? You should be in awe of them. Don't you feel the power of this song? Don't you feel it stirring your very soul? If the song doesn't warm your heart, Royce, it's because yours is already dead. I have no control over the speed in which that does it.
Yes, Luna, yes. With each note you sing and every breath you take, your awakening grows closer. And on that glorious day, your voice will mark the beginning of my eternal domination.
Please, Alex, don't play anymore. It reminds me of Luna.
Even Null's making me want to punch him a little less right now.
Alex, look! Something's happening!
There's something special in the air. Interesting. Looks like what happens to when I take a big old dump in the toilet after Taco Bell. No, really, it does. It even has a big gaping... Hold on, I'm just kidding. I'm the person that ruins everything great for you. One step at a time. Holy mother of Burl!
You did it, Alex. Luna heard your song and I knew she would.
I heard her singing, Null, and I felt her.
It must be wonderful to be so deeply in love as Alex and Luna. I only wish a certain handsome barbarian would realize I feel the same way about him.
Hey, Jess, care to join the rest of us? Or are you gonna stay here and work on your singing?
Another word out of you and I'll be using your face to work on my left jab.
Oh. Aw, poor Jess. Poor Jessica. Now I kind of feel bad for her. I don't know, feeling subsiding. Alright, let's go. I'm sorry, you have to admit, though, it's pretty adorable. Has anyone seen a staircase? I'm afraid I haven't.
We also haven't found any doors, and I haven't sensed any magical barriers.
Alex, all that's left is to check out this pool. Do you think there's magic in the water?
There's only one way to know for certain, Null. I'm gonna pee in it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my humor is just the worst thing ever. It is, guys. Why are you here? Why do you listen to my nonsense? I don't know. Because I'm insane. Alright, so giving things the shocker in a temple made of water is probably in your best bet. Also, we can use fire magic too to help some of this get going a little better, but we probably want to keep our fighters away from the specific oozes we're attacking based on the various orders we're hitting them in. As you can see, even there, it's going to take some fighters or some melee attacks to clean up some of these guys. Get some, get some, get some, get some. And then this should take out the rest. So, And boom goes the dynamite. But yeah, this combo is usually pretty good for dealing with oozes, and you'll notice we get 1200 XP. It's getting there. It's not this dungeon is not the best dungeon to level grind in. This is probably all I remember was a lot of my friends used to complain about this dungeon. I didn't see the big problem. But then again, I was like level 32 or 33 when I was here the first time I played through this game as a kid, because I believed in the grinding. And my friends didn't. And so because of that, yeah, I just kind of breezed through this dungeon. Even when I made wrong turns and stuff. So it's all subjective. At a certain point, it all becomes subjective.
Check this out.
So, shocker. And if you do 2 in the pink and 2 in the stink, it's called the Spocter. You go where no man's gone before. Now, I might have goofed here. Hopefully Alex goes for the right. There we go. That's the right stuff. Get them all nice and grouped up. And Mia's fast enough that she can get her fire spell off. You have to think, too, if your level's too low, I believe her agility is too slow to get these spells off. So, again, it's something you gotta consider to be problematic. Now, there's lots of areas here. There's lots of little warping waters to get us by. There's lots of enemies. We'll give these guys a go here. So we have the Aqua Genie. Now, I'm trying to think. My memory of the Aqua Genies is that they are very resistant as well as very spread out, which makes things pretty awkward. So let's go with an actual Thunder Thrust instead, which is rather safe because I don't believe there's a boss fight in this dungeon. If there is, I would be very surprised. So yeah. We'll Thunder Thrust this to be safe, because I know the Aqua Genies are the biggest threat here. Which means picking off the little gelatins should be a one-shot deal. But the Genies hit really hard, so that's kind of why I'm making the extra effort here. And boom. And there. And there. Sweet. Yeah, you don't take chances with the Genies. They're pretty nasty customers. And we're getting Starlight drops, so burning a little extra magic from Nash is not the end of the world. As you noticed. And yeah, so we'll pick off this this Genie as well. I'll just let it roll. As you can see, this one's a little more threatening because he's actually trying to use a very, very powerful attack on us. Flame circle there, there, and there.
Check this out.
But yeah, and in all other battles, it'll always be Lightning Ball instead of Lightning Thunder Thrust for the most part. There's very, little reason to back off, and luckily we have Thunder Thrust. You should have it by this point. I'd be kind of weird for you not to. Oh, freaking Alex is on the warpath.
He's killing all them sons of bitches.
And we're getting some mad XP right now, which is great. Just as a heads up, there is some good stuff in this dungeon, so we're going to want to make sure we get as much of it as possible. So let's keep moving. Move the mic closer to me. There we go. As we now have a big old room full of warp points, but we'll grab this. I don't believe the enemies respawn if you warp to a different area, so just keep that in mind. I don't think that that's an issue. Now, here's a weird situation where the enemies are really spread out like this. You're probably just better off doing a gang kill, a gang up kill. So let's use our fire. Whoa, let's use our fire rods all on one target for now, even though Mia's isn't gonna matter. And then we just pick them off. So the enemies in there. There's one enemy we haven't seen yet, I don't think, but we will in due course, of course. Smash. Smash, stab, stab, and then Mia will pick the one we start fighting next. There we go. And then we're gonna get hit twice, which is fine. They're not, these guys aren't too bad. They do about 60 damage, plus the poison if you get poisoned. So maybe 70 total or so, but nothing game-changing or, back-breakingly terrible or heinous. So I'm not, as you can see, I'm definitely not worried. He's down. And that was probably the worst fight here at 800 XP, but still, that's really good XP. Again, I say that like the way I'm saying it because just leveling wise, you know, characters, look at that one, 10,000 XP before Nash levels. But yeah, around 1,000 a level means in 6 fights, you know, Alex is going to level, followed by the other characters, so. And see, here's the perk of going into the wrong ones is you get another fight against water elementals. Okay, so these guys are a little different. We definitely want to put them in more of a hurt locker. So yeah, we'll deal with that accordingly because we can't reach the one in the back very easily, hence why Alex and Kyle will be tackling that fool for the most part. And actually, now that I see what I've done, it might been a better deal to have Kyle go after the bottom one. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Should get the 2 there. No, only got 1. So this is going to be a tactic we haven't done too much of yet. It's called positioning. This is where the game's going to benefit. We're going to benefit a lot from getting access into not really access, but getting the enemies squared away to a degree in which we can actually hit all of them with an AoE attack. So this battle I kind of goofed up because I didn't do that going in, but it's not a hard thing to do. What I'm saying is that we knock all 3 enemies closer to each other, then they get hit with an AoE attack. This is the first time in the game where we've really made an effort to do this. We know for a fact that Mia's goes last, so this gives us the advantage that we need to really exercise this technique. So yeah, and then it's going to start being a bigger thing that we're going to play up on this more later in the dungeon. So let's see here. Is this the same battle? I hope it is, because that way I can... Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do that. There's no reason for him to do that, but... Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this. Then we'll do this. We'll do that. And then that. Now, Jess might screw this up a bit, but we should be mostly okay. Yeah, she lost an attack there. That's why I had her do it. And okay, I still screwed the strategy up. My point of the strategy, what I was trying to do is we need to use the ball attack. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, I screwed up. The whole point was to knock these 2 front ones into the back of the third one. So we know that how not to move the third one. So this makes the whole situation easier now. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played this game and thought deeply about my strategy. I just know that that's what I gotta do. See, now you're learning how I figure things out. Or refigure things out, because I knew how to make it work to begin with. I just didn't do it. Like an idiot. Alright. Let's heal up, because healing is your friend. I'm sure one of these is also one, so we'll get another shot at my strategy here. If it's the same grouping. It is not. Okay. This changes things. Not completely, but just a wee bit. Yup. Yup. And you know what? Just in case.
Check this out.
Okay, got him. And he's just gonna get knocked back with the group anyway. I don't think it's a kill, though. I'm gonna say that up front. If it is, it's gonna be just... Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell, because you think you might do a little too little damage here, or too little damage there. But yeah, we want to fight those fights as redundant and unnecessary as they might seem. They are worth doing. to a degree. There's a genie up there, and a genie and a slime over there. I'm going to clear these enemies out, and then we'll be back. Alright, so killed off the 3 enemy groups. And there's a new enemy up here. I believe these are the ice dog evolution things. Never mind. So much for that kind of thinking. Was way off on that. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. Probably better off flame bombing and letting Kyle and Mia, or Kyle and Jessica, pick off the other ooze enemies, which should be relatively simple. Well, not as simple as I would like it to be, but you can see that dude's not even hurting yet. But that's why Jessica probably should have done her AoE one. We'll do that in future fights. I just figured, I thought Jessica and Kyle combined would be able to take out the 3 slimes, but that is not what played out. But we're okay in all other regards. Hey, nani nani and a ho ho ho. Sweet. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but I am for real. Alright, so now we have 2 different fountains. One of them I think is fake, and the other one is legit. So we'll go in one, we'll go back to see no enemies respawn. Yeah, one of them was fake. Okay. See, my memory still kind of works. Kind of, maybe, sort of. It's the 3. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Hopefully without the failure. So the shocker. There. And have Jessica try to make her way out there.
Check this out.
She'll eventually get the range to reach that dude, but obviously even at level 30 she doesn't have that range. So if that's still alive, well, okay, that died. This one should live. Nope. So it doesn't even matter. But if you are a lower level, you noticed how the 2 of them got in range of the fire circle. Okay? That's the strategy I wanted to show. Yes, that one there will still be alive. You could swap Jessica and Kyle, maybe. That might actually benefit you. But ultimately, if you're weak, if you're like 3 or 4 levels weaker than I am, that's the strategy you need to beat those guys. Because you'll knock them all into a small grouping and then be able to get the firebomb off, as long as Mia is faster than them. So that's the other aspect you have to consider. Is Mia fast enough to handle that? And we learn a new spell, which I believe is the finally the strong single target heal. Yes, recover all HP for 10 MP, which for Jessica isn't that expensive. It also will help. It also makes Jessica finally be able to keep up with most damage. You noticed, like in the dogfight, when 2 of them, if we got hit with a nasty single target, we were pretty much toast. All right, let me take out these 2 groups of enemies here. All right, glorious news. Kyle's got his 3rd attack at level 31. So now we're gonna be taking these guys to Murder Town in a very express way. So we have 3 pools to choose from. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the fake ones for sure. Let's get that going. All right. So obviously you can see which ones are fake if you are trying to power this game through. For whatever reason, I wouldn't know why. But let's kill out these 3 enemy mobs here with some shocking, powerful attacks. All right. So we killed off the enemies in this area. I believe this is a fake portal, which it is. Alright, so murdered them pretty good. We've got this dude over here. We'll just walk around him for a moment just so we can get us some money. Sorry, I get excited. Yeah, I'll just take these dudes on a standard trip to Murder Town. Nothing too fancy. You've nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Your friends will burn like the heart of the sun. With infinite glee, it will be me who slaughters the world. Oh, I pooped a little. All right, get some. by the power of Grayskull. Sorry, I can't help that. Sometimes you just got to make the joke. A lot of XP. Sweet. I think we're a little ways out from another level, though, for at least Alex, because that's really all I care about. Yeah, 13,000, so 13 more battles and he'll level again. It's technically less than that, I know, but... So we got a news over here. We've got genies, not in their bottles. Because they're assholes. We've got a dog dude, another genie. So let me take out what we saw so far and get them, you know, taken care of. Alright, so we cleaned out a good chunk of enemies. There's still a whole bunch of them here, by the way, so don't get too excited. Yeah, it's a big room. It's a big open area, and lots of enemies are littered throughout the area. And XP-wise, we're getting into the 9s here, so we might be able to sneak a level out of Alex and Jessica, maybe, but I wouldn't count on it. But there are a lot of fights still to go. There's easily that many. And this is where we need to end up eventually. And as you can kind of tell, one of these is right and all the others are wrong. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing here. Alright, so killed them. Let's keep moving along here. So this whole right side is mostly empty. Except for the obvious paths, that little wonky little paths here that we saw. Kind of the teaser path here. Like, oh, I'm going the right way, guys. And then, oh no, I got denied. I'm an idiot. I ain't going the right way. You know how that kind of is. In some of the older JRPG games where there's a path that looks promising and then you walk down it and realize it's just a big middle finger. Let's see if we can get around him just for the time being. Nah. Okay. So we're I'm gonna take out these two and this possible genie. Well, yeah, we'll take this genie and those two other enemies out, and then we'll grab that chest. All right. Well, the third genie's not getting close enough here, so I'm giving up on him. We're gonna have to fight him later, which is fine. Let's go ahead and give this ruby tiara that is encrusted with gems. Give it to Jessica here. Give that to Alex. Or Alex, give that to Null. Let's recover some MP here. Because we still got a couple of genies out there and some other enemies. So being a little ready for them isn't going to hurt. Because we're good everywhere else. Alex, you can't flash cut anymore, but that's fine. He was a nice little temporary reprieve. And we haven't done really much with Kyle. So we're going to start using some of his techniques as well. Just to relieve some of the MP expenditure of the mages here. Maybe save them more for the genie fights, because they tend to be awkwardly spread out in a way in which we can't exploit them being set up. So I'm going to kill all these fake pools of water to reveal the real one. Alright, so all cleared out. You can kind of see where it starts and then where it ends. So which one's the right one? I guess it's this one. And it leads us back into another big open area with tons and tons of enemies. Again, using starlights at this point in time, I don't tend to find that to be a negative thing. Because the XP here is so good, and you can buy starlights rather cheaply now. You know, you're getting enough money almost per fight that you shouldn't be hurting for cash. And really, even like this fight, I don't even have to burn MP on it anymore. I just have to eat a round of damage for one person usually, and that's really where we're at right now. So the idea that you shouldn't fight all the enemies is absurd. A lot of games that are made by the company Game Arts, many of the writers, there was a writer or some designers, I believe, that worked on Lunar, worked on Grandia as well, and worked on Golden Sun, anything Camelot, really, and Shining Force and all that. I believe that all of these types of designers had an idea in mind that eliminated the idea that if you fight all the enemies in the area, you should be strong enough to keep going through the game, with some debate. Or if you do a little bit of grinding earlier in the game, you can then casually play the later parts of the game. That, to me, was, I think, the impression they were going for. And that's really what we're feeling as we progress through the game. I just want to burn this really quick. But yeah, it's like we're not really spending a lot of time dealing with fights, and we're making good money. So if you feel like you really need to burn some starlights, burn those starlights, man. You're not doing yourself any favors really holding on to them. They're going to start losing their value soon. In other words, you're going to get into some situations where you're not going to... They're going to give you so little MP, it's only really worth it to do it. So on, by a certain point. We'll also have better techniques for conserving MP as we progress through the game. And the next couple of parts of the game coming up, MP conservation is important, but it will take less starlights to conserve it for at least a little while, once we finish this dungeon. So starlights begin to take, it ends up becoming, I gotta have several starlights to recover a caster's MP to something, substantial. And that's where you have to, in your head, kind of go, well, what am I gonna do? I don't want to burn thousands of silver buying several starlights. There are going to be ways to micromanage that later. Like I was saying, there's going to be a way to micromanage that. We can't do it now. But this is one of the times where if you have a stockpile of starlights, I wouldn't be that stingy because the money here is pretty good. Like that the fights where there were 3 enemies, I believe. We'll check right now even. I will do one better. We'll check right now how much starlight we get from this fight. It should be rather substantial. Which is why I'm willing to burn MP in this dungeon a bit more than others. By the power of Grayskull. And Jessica levels. And I totally bypassed how much money we were getting. Let's just take a look at our money here. We're almost back to 100 grand. So yeah, you can buy 10 starlights for 10 grand, 20 starlights for 20 grand. So meh. So yeah, well, again, I'll do this fight real quick, and then I'll actually pay attention to what the hell I'm doing instead of just powering through. So this isn't the traditional set of enemies. So the genies, we fight the gelatins and all the other enemies a bit more often. So we lost an attack because I done goofed. We should still be able to do this though. And there it is. Yeah, there's 1,000 right there. So, yeah, we're getting around 800 to 1,000 a fight anyway. So, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're really conserving your starlights, I don't see a reason to do that necessarily. As long as you're making sure to use all of your characters' MPs. Everybody's using their skills. Everybody's burning through what they need to burn through in order to kind of get you there where you need to be. So we get the jeweler's bracelet, and we get one of these, which we actually had these earlier, if I'm not mistaken. They just increase agility ever so slightly by 10. They sell for 6 grand though, so but that's pretty much where that's gonna go anyway. And we also got the jewel bracelet, an upgrade for Nash, who's been, I think, on Rainbow Band, and it ups his wisdom a bit, which is always good. Pass that over, because I don't think anybody else can equip it, right? Yeah, okay. And so we've got some more enemies to clear out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get to it. Murder time! Alright, so all enemies slain and beaten about head and body with concentrated murder juice, which you can buy at your local 7-Eleven. Murder juice for $99.99. Make all checks payable to the RPG guide. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Man. Man, if I only had a budget. That's me just self-complaining. I do that once in a while. So, we'll kill this guy and get that chest. I did also forget to mention, too, that a handful of enemies here do drop starlight. So, I've actually got a surplus of them going. Primarily because they keep freaking dropping them. And I'm kind of, like I said, I'm maximizing my MP output. Making sure every character is contributing to the output of MP. So as long as I do that, we'll be okay. So we get the dragon bracelet. Let's put it over there. I thought I did that. I thought I gave it. God darn it. Gosh, dag, ding dong darn. Get over there. Alright, and then put that in. We can deposit that into Null's rectum, because that's where all of this must be. It must be deep in that cat's butt. Because how is he holding it all? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I'm just trying to be realistic here. There's no way that cat is walking around with a satchel full of stuff. It's all being magically shoved up his butt. Alright, it's just, he's just bent. No, hold still, I need to get my sword out.
No, Alex, don't. You keep pulling the sword out of my, no.
Sorry, I just think of the most horrifying things. Alright, so we're all healed up. We're all ready to move. All enemies are dead. And there's nothing here, but this was the other side of that little gap area that we were looking at before. And what is our next level is 16,000. So still got some ways to go. And let's get to it.
It's so dark in here, I can barely see my paws in front of my face. Hello? Is anyone here? Well, I guess that's a yes. The blue dragon is really pretty, Alex. I'm impressed.
Yar!
Hello there.
This is one laid-back dragon. Hello, adventurers. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my lair. Hey, it's Lemia Alsa. Something must be up if you come all the way to see me.
Trust me, he kind of would sound something weird like that. I don't mean to be rude, but I am Lemia's daughter, Mia.
Really? Thunderation! That was a longer nap than I thought. So then, where is the goddess? I thought it was her song that woke me up. But then I remembered she wouldn't be able to do that anymore.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm just rambling about things you wouldn't care anything about. I have always talked way too much. Secrets were not my forte. Alicia and Letitia always joked that I...
My God, I can't do this with a straight face. It's so stupid. I'm sorry, guys.
Alicia and Letitia always joked that I should be called the Babbling Blue Dragon.
Alex, those are the names of ancient dragon masters.
He's a little goofy, but he seems like the real deal.
Alas, I just noticed that you have the wings and the shield. What did you think about my brothers? Were they a little stoogey? I think so, if you ask me. And after telling you all this, I realize that I haven't heard your names.
My name is Alex,
And the white dragon has no sense of humor, I know. Don't you think it's ironic that the white dragon doesn't know how to lighten up? Anyway, just being here means that you already passed the trial.
If you weren't qualified to be the Dragon Master, you couldn't even have entered the shrine. So, you can't be the Dragon Master without the blue dragon helmet, right? Hold on a second, let me just poop this out here. Okay, I've made a path to the helmet for you. Go on, check it out, kids.
But we have terrible news for you, Blue Dragon.
It's cold in here, I know. I never was able to convince the goddess to pop for a couple of hot springs, eh? Anyway, get out of here and grab your reward, Alex. What's that, Alex? You don't know where to find the helmet? We already went over this. I don't know how I could have made it any simpler. Just walk into the room I opened up for you.
I never thought I'd meet someone who talked as much as you, Null.
Yeah, but at least I'm not that obnoxious.
Oh god, I should burn in a fire.
Alex, the shining light is the helmet.
Whoops. I almost knocked one of my speakers over. Got the dragon helm.
You did it, Alex. 3 dragons down, 1 to go. I wonder what's gonna happen when you get the last piece of equipment.
Ah, my nipples!
Alex, that noise sounded like it came from the blue dragon's lair. Let's go back and see what's going on.
Yeah, before we do anything like that, good sir, we should always gear up and before we tell one to shut up. What's going on?
Where's the blue dragon?
You're too late. He's already under our control. I don't know who it is. I couldn't.
I should have expected to see you here, witch. After all, why should the Magic Emperor do his own dirty work? If you're ready and willing to wallow in the mud for him.
Give up now, Facia, and we won't have to hurt you. I don't understand why you're doing such a terrible thing. No, you wouldn't understand. You've no idea what it has been like for us to survive in the frontier. And you don't know what it will take to turn the dreams of my people into reality. The frontier, the place where the vile tribe was banished by Athena 500 years ago. We have a right to the life that Athena has denied us. What does kidnapping Lunar have to do with any of this? Why couldn't you just leave her alone? I'm sorry, but it was necessary for us to capture Luna and the other singers. I give you my word that she is unharmed, and will stay that way if you return home. Continue to interfere with the Emperor's plans, and you place her life in jeopardy. Toodles.
I was careless.
Ghaleon swore allegiance to Athena, along with Dain. But now that allegiance has been forsaken, and I think I understand why. Ghaleon was jealous of Dain and Athena. All this time. How pathetic. Alex, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Turn the knob on that a little bit more. Eh? Let me see if we can get some volume here. Yes? Alex, I beg you to become the Dragon Master and protect the goddess from Ghaleon. She, 15 years ago, was power. Power was love.
No! No! Alex, we can never forgive Ghaleon for what he's done. Never!
No. I agree. If the dragons can't fight the Magic Emperor and the Vile Tribe, how are we supposed to? With our big brutish muscles. Take a tip from frickin' Kyle there, bro. I mean, come on. We're gonna take these dudes on a fascinating trip to Murder Town. So, speaking of Murder Town, we're gonna go ahead and we can warp out of here. Technically, we... yeah, let's just warp out of here. We're good. Oh, wait. She has enough MP. And out we go. Yay! So that dungeon isn't that hard. It really, really isn't. And it's a great place to grind levels. If you don't mind going back in there and doing all that stuff. I think the pools, though, don't respawn. But everything else is in there to fight away and have at it. So yeah. So we made it this far, but now the blue dragon's been taken prisoner. I'm going to sell off our old gear. I might even grind a little bit in the blue dragon dungeon because it sounds like fun. And get our levels up even more. Because, you know, at the end of the day, the higher our levels, the happier we all are as a whole. We'll even get some more starlights out of it, too, to a degree, from the drops and stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy. When we come back, we will have some more Lunar, the Silver Star story. At the next episode, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.